All right, fam, let's talk about this NASM stretching and flexibility coach exam that I just took and I just passed. Like I said in the previous video, I want to tell you a little bit more about it. It's not going to be a long video, but I hope to give you a little bit of information that'll help you in case you decide to take it. All right, first of all, who is the stretching and flexibility coaching exam for? Two parts to that, meaning what can you tell clients that it's going to do for them? And I have notes right here, so I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. I'm not going to do it justice, so let me just read it for you. Help people experience the benefits of greater mobility, range of motion, and injury prevention through individualized training. So you can definitely tell that to your clients, and so far through practice and working with clients myself, it is definitely helping with all of that. The other part of that is, who should take the exam, who should study the material? Definitely massage therapists, maybe even chiropractors, definitely personal trainers. Having this cert would definitely help you grow in your field or whatever it is, any type of body worker. And especially if you like to stretch people and you know how useful it is definitely a modality worth learning. Now, here are a key few things that I wrote down for you to know. It's 100 multiple choice question exam. You get 90 minutes to complete the exam, and it is online, by the way. So the open book format is not a proctored test, obviously. So if it was proctored, it wouldn't be open book. Now, open book says you can use the book or study materials, but is there enough time actually to use it for every single question? There is not. I personally didn't use the book or study materials or anything like that. I just went straight through the test. I imagine if you use the book for about 10 to 15 questions, maybe you will finish in time. But with less than 1 minute per question, it would be really challenging to use the book for the whole entire exam. Watch out for that. You do need a 70% or better grade to actually pass the exam. And guess what? They do have practice exams as well. I did not take any of the practice exams. I didn't feel like I really needed to, but it's up to you. If you feel like you need to take them, then you should take them. Definitely, if you're not a good test taker. You do get 3 attempts to pass the exam, so that's a good thing. Finally, the whole cost of the exam is for $350. Not a whole lot of money, and definitely worth the investment, in my opinion. Now I'm going to go through just a few things of what you are actually studying. So here's my list. S, A, and P stretching, which is static, active stretching, and perpetual stretching, or dynamic, several different names. You know how things are with those types of things, but that's what it is. Also, anatomy and physiology, at least to the basic level. I definitely believe you need to have a working knowledge of the muscular system and physiology and things like that. Fascial lines, of course. Fascial lines are actually what it's built off of. So if you already have FST in your background, that's like half the battle right there. So if you have FST in the background, man, awesome. How to make an individualized stretching program for your clients, very useful. How to properly foam roll. We all see the people in the gym foam rolling, and I don't want to say they're not doing it correctly, but their techniques are off. Sorry if you're hearing the gardeners go back and forth. When you live right on a golf course, man, it's my first time doing that, so the gardeners aren't messing around, man. Looks great, but you hear things all the time, tractor things. You'll also talk about or learn about a lot of reasons why stretching is important. A few more things, folks. When to apply stretching when you're applying it to a fitness routine. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So it's definitely useful for that. And the last thing, one of the things you'll be studying is how to communicate with your clients, assessment, and of course, scope of practice for stretching individuals. And so just because you pass this exam and you are now a stretching, flexibility, mobility coach, you're really not licensed to actually put your hands on people working out trigger points, things like that. Massage techniques, you should definitely be a massage therapist for that. Percussion guns, all those type of things aren't really under this scope of practice. So you want to be careful when you're, blurring those lines of scope of practice there. Now let's go over a few things, what they are not telling you. You know me, I'm going to tell you what I really think, what's up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that. Just give you the information best I can. But not all the information. Man, you got to be somewhere. So what are they not telling you? NASM does not tell you that you need a working knowledge of anatomy and physiology. I looked on the website to see if they would say that somewhere or something in that type of language. I didn't find it. So it doesn't mean it's there, it just means I did not see it. The information you get from massage school is definitely enough, especially if I taught you. I know it sounds like a humble brag. So next, if you're already good with those subjects and you remember the terminology very well, the material will be way less challenging. So like I said earlier, if you have a working knowledge of anatomy and physiology, you know the muscles, you look at any body part and determine the muscles all the way around, you're good to go. So superficial and deep muscles, if you only know a couple of show me muscles, pecs and glute max, that's not enough. I'm just telling you. The 90 minutes you get to finish the online exam, it goes by very fast. I consider myself a pretty decent tester, if you will, for exams and things like that. But I do take my time when I take tests. So I'm not slow, but I wouldn't say I'm super fast either. So if you're kind of in that middle range, the time will go pretty fast. At least I believe so. Remember, there are 100 questions. Another thing is, you really have to study the fascial lines. So once again, if you know those already, it's such a huge benefit. And it didn't really say that before I took the exam, or excuse me, before I got the materials or when I was reading about and deciding if I'm going to take this course. But it was pretty clear from the first chapter that you have to have a decent understanding or be able to pick up fascial lines and the muscles that coincide with that very, very well. Things like the kinetic chain and posture and alignment, all that are in there as well. Once again, if you know a little bit about it, you'll probably pick it up pretty easy. I know I talked a little bit about it earlier, that the practice exams are there. I can't really tell you about them since I did not take them, but it did say in the material that they were similar to the test. So once again, if you feel like you need to take practice exams before the real exam, please do that. There's nothing wrong with it. Just do it. Make sure you pass the test within one of those 3 tries. All right. So the next thing is, how am I going to use the certificate? Well, essentially, this is one step for a much bigger goal, and I won't be getting into that right now, but just let me know this is a part of the process. But I am using it already. So I'm using the information I obtained to help others to help myself. So low back issues, left shoulder issues from all the years of massage, since I've been stretching myself using this program, guess what? It feels a lot better. So as you know, I've been a therapist for a long time, or as some of you know, I've been a therapist for a long time. And while I've been blessed with really good health, physically and mentally and everything else, every once in a while I get a little bit of aches and pains, and it's my left shoulder and it's a little bit my low back. So I wouldn't say it's terribly bad. Some days it's an A and some days it's like a B minus. So if I had to grade it like that, and I don't wish to have B minus days in my back or my shoulder, because I'm still doing between 3 and 5 sessions a day and at least 4 days a week. So this program is help not just my fascia, but my muscles, my flexibility, also my strength. It allowed me to work out the way I want and things like that. So it may be for you to help others, or maybe, just to help yourself. So just remember, folks, mobility, flexibility, posture, all those things play a huge role in achieving daily activities. So, not just if you're out there playing sports and things, but just if you're going through life and you need to, move a certain way to work or move a certain way to hang out with your children or kids and things like that. So it helps with all of that. And then, of course, if you're a gym warrior or you play golf or, you're a runner, you're a biker, you're a hiker, whatever you may do for fun, bowling, it doesn't even matter. It'll definitely help with all that. Trust me. All right, fam, I came to my backyard just to get this last little bit. So it's pretty windy out here. You were hearing the wind in the earlier parts of the video. And if you decide to take it, hey, let me know. If you have any more questions about the NASM Stretch and Flexibility Coach Program, let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you what's up or talk about it with you, text it, whatever. Just let me know. Hey, I hope you guys are having a great day and a great rest of your week.